Kevin checking in from Lakeland, Florida. Hey, be safe down there, man. I know you got some weather coming your way. So, Kentucky Greg chiming in. Thanks for joining me. And us. I'm sure there'll be more people chiming in as well. Wow. Matt from Rock the Watch is here. Tennessee Mike chiming in. Anonymous Watch Guy. Just watched your video, the unboxing on the Bamford. Joe Sylvia. Bean Boy checking in from the East Coast. Mark checking in from the East Coast. There's Brian, aka Neff. Shinobi. Anish is here. Thanks for joining, guys. Joshua Carter. Brandon's here. Oh, man. NH Rick checking in from the East Coast. Jeffrey checking in from the East Coast. Here's all my East Coast peeps. Greg Wood, also East Coast. Weeby says the Cowboys Giants game is boring. I don't know why. I typically don't like track storms and stuff, but I'm like watching this Hurricane Ian just because like I have so many friends down in Florida where it's headed, to hit. It's hitting islands right now. So yeah, kind of praying for you guys down there. Let's see. YZ80 East Coast checking in. Jacob says, hello. I is that ice I hear? What are you drinking? I'm drinking salted watermelon, Old Smoky. Jared checking in. Happy Monday, all. I'm on a flight back home from Seattle to Houston. Speedmaster on wrist. Enjoy your flight. Maybe bump to first class. It's kind of nice. Nate Dog says hello. Andres, long time I didn't join the live. Thanks for joining. Let's see. MM10 checking in. Todd's here. Yeah, Neff, 100%. Dane, William. Those guys will take the appropriate preparations to do it. I mean, I got some other friends down there too. Quite a few actually. Maybe one day I'll live down there. Brave Sailor checking in. Hey, Brave Sailor, look what I got. I opened it up. I recorded the unboxing. Thank you very much. Let's see. Bezel says, rode my motorcycle from Long Island. Oh, wait, guys. I've been chatting with Bezel on Instagram, and Mimo hit me up while he was there. So check this out. I don't know if I'm saying Bezel or Bezel or whatever. He said he rode his motorcycle from Long Island, New York to Mimo's in California. Got a new watch because of your videos. And they sent me pictures of it. That was so freaking awesome that you did that. That is a heck of a long ride on a motorcycle. There and back, too. It's not like you just did it like one way. You got to go back, too, right? So, Brandon Bishop, anyone have a Collins sonar they want to sell? Sorry for soliciting. No problems. Anybody have a Collins sonar? I'm not even familiar with that model. NH Rick, yeah, Seiko Glacier dial, exquisite timepieces down in Naples, Florida. Hopefully they, escape the. I think they're going to be. Well, it's hard to say because what is that? That's called the. I don't know much about storms, but is that the? That's the clean side or dirty side? I forget how that goes. Of the storm, so they're going to get hit. I mean, everyone's going to get hit down there. So. Yeah, he says he rode 7,300 miles in 2 weeks. I love that stuff. I could do a long road trip like that. Never got into bikes, but I could definitely do a long road trip like that. Let's see. I'm trying to back up a little bit here. MM10 says he's wearing the Omega Moonswatch Jupiter. Oh, yeah, the Moonswatch. Let's see. Jeremy's wearing the Blackbird Breitling 44. Todd checking in. Ultra Dogs here. Ken, KR Joy's checking in. Thanks for joining. Floyd's here. Let's see. Thumbs for Finger. Let's see. John Page joining in from the West Coast. Now here's all my West Coast people chiming in. David's checking in from, I believe, Montana. I don't know. You move around a little bit. Hi, Rob and all. Grand Seiko tonight, of course. Let's see. Ken checking in from Pittsburgh. I don't know how to say that. Federant Gent says, my wife hates it when I watch this live chat because I end up buying more watches, hence why I'm here. Window shop, man. You don't have to buy. You can just window shop. Nothing wrong with that. Oh man, I'm beat. I kind of had a stressful evening. That's one good thing about this live stream, though. Maybe I can unwind a little bit. Steve checking in from SoCal. No hurricanes there. Man. Nilo's wearing a SLA 051. Paul's wearing a Pelly FXD. That's cool. I still have yet to check one of those out and do a video. My buddy Michael up in Canada is checking in. He's the frog man. Also, my most worn watch, Grey Dial ETA. I was wearing the new, this isn't even out yet. Prototype, guys, prototype. The Borealis Seastorm GMT. There's going to be some cool colorways of this. This will be released pretty soon, I think. So, a little bit on the thicker side, but overall, an improved bracelet. Clasp still the same, so that's okay. But yeah, it's kind of fun, retro style. And then I love the black with the green, kind of a Starbucks look. And then that green GMT hand has the Seiko NH34 in it. So it's not a traveler's GMT, it's a caller's GMT, but it works just fine. I wore it all day. I like it. So I was wearing that. Now, typically in the evening, I think you guys know this for the most part, I usually go in a 3-day rotation, meaning I put a watch on and I'll usually wear it for 3 whole days and then I switch. But what I've been trying to push myself to do, because I have so many watches, I have been trying to wear a different watch every day. Keeping it loose, it's not like a structured thing or anything like that. I'm just trying to maybe pick on some watches that haven't gotten much wrist time, put them on. And I usually do that by picking one. I'll come down to the watch room. Of course, I do some channel work, or on Mondays, obviously, the live. I will, at the end of the live, I'll usually pick a watch that I'm going to wear for the next day or the next 3 days or whatever, but in this case, the next day. So, I haven't worn this one like at all, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I sized it. So I gotta pick a watch. Yeah, I sized it to wear. So I might wear the Rolling Blazers tomorrow. I have to go into my shop tomorrow at work because I am the new safety captain for the next 3 years. So I'll be doing some clerical work and I have to do some safety oriented stuff. So um, watch probably isn't going to get in risk of damage from work or anything like that. It's going to be a lot of like paperwork and stuff. Nilo, yes, I did see the new Zodiac meteorite dial. That's the 40 millimeter. And if it would have been, I shouldn't say that because I probably wouldn't have, but I like the Pro model, the 42 millimeter. So that's why I have this guy and the watermelon. So, yeah. Those are the zodiacs that I like. Now I haven't checked out some of the non-diver zodiacs too much, but I will. Let's see here. Paul says, "Will you maintain that X days since last incident?" Yeah, we're like, I think our shop is at like 7 years or something like that. So we all pretty much know what we have to do. This is more of just like a maintenance thing to make sure everyone's got their all their PPE is up to date. Now, I don't want to bore you with all that stuff, guys. It's more of a I'm there to support the the other technicians out in the field. It's not there's nothing weird about it or no like enforcement or anything. JH says talk to us about hand winder trend. Example, new fair cushion. Um I don't know that hand winder models are it's a not necessarily a trend. They've always existed. They're not like there's I don't know. It's not like there's more of them coming out or anything like that. I think the hand wound movements are really cool to see. They're fun to interact with. It's a much more intimate experience versus an automatic watch. If you haven't tried a manual wind watch to wear, check it out. Give it a shot. I don't personally own one right now. I don't think that's not true. I do actually kind of own one, but it's out on tour right now. I have a Zelos that is a hand wind, but it is out on tour. Let's see. Just the Watch is here. Thanks for joining us. Larry C's checking in. Neff says, I've heard bad things about the 1-11. He's talking about the STP, which is a automatic movement that is owned by the Fossil Group, and that's what's in most of the, I think, most of the 40 millimeter non-GMT watches from Zodiac. I don't have a ton of experience with the STP 1-11, but I also have heard there's been some issues as well, so I do recognize that. Paul says he would like to see some traction gained with the center minute chronographs. Yeah, there's some very interesting configurations for complications out there. That it is for sure. David's asking about the ZRC. This guy. You guys probably actually, I don't think I've posted the video of it yet. So I did an unboxing of this and the Seiko, and I haven't posted it yet. So you guys don't even know anything about this. But this is a brand that I've been like lusting after for probably about 2 months now. And I'm going to make a move on one soon. There are some really cool models, colorways, and there's almost too many choices. So I'm trying to figure out what one I want, but 100% I want one. There's so much quirkiness with this watch and originality with this watch. And like I'm looking at it now and I just spotted like 2 more things that I can't wait to talk about when I do the full video. Absolutely love this watch. You can get it on bracelet. This rubber is pretty good. So I'm going to want, actually, I think there's even some with leather. So I think ideally, whatever one I pick, I'm probably going to get a full kit. I'll probably make sure I have a bracelet, the rubber, and the leather for it. Just because why not, go all in, right? So yeah, this thing's really cool. This is the 40 millimeter variant, and this is the size I'm going to go with. There are some titanium ones, but I think those are like 42 millimeter. Those would work good, I think, as well, because they're going to be titanium. They're going to be lighter weight, even though it is a larger size. I just like this. I might even go with this actual watch. I might go with the green. I don't know. I don't have a green watch that looks like this at all. Let me pop it on wrist so you guys can see what it looks like. It's kind of loose on there, but you get the point. You're just not going to see another watch out there. Like, there are some watches. I shouldn't say that. I have noticed there are some watches that have like kind of a similar design. Usually the crown's up top or something. But the real trick is trying to figure out how to do the crown system with the strap integration. Well, ZRC did a clever design here. This is basically a safety. It's like you can't really put this watch on your wrist if the crown is unscrewed, because this here will hit it, and when you go to put it on, it'll be pushed down like that and it'll feel really awkward on wrist. So it's kind of like a safety feature. I'm really digging it. This is going to be one of those watches, much like they if you know, then you will spot it from across the room. If you're a watch enthusiast, you know what I mean, you're going to spot the Citizen AutoZilla from across the room. You're going to spot the Omega Ploprof from across the room. And this is not as well known as those, but if you're well versed in the hobby, you're gonna figure out at some point. Maybe today's the day. Maybe you're watching this live stream and you're like, never heard of ZRC, but now you'll commit it to memory. Now, if you ever see one in the wild, you'll be like, wait, what was that? I seen that on a video. Oh yeah, Mike, the O&W, the Olik and Waz, or as like a buddy and I, we call it the Olicky, even though I don't know, that's a weird nickname for it. But yeah, these, I don't know if you'll spot it from across the room because it still is a little bit more of a traditional design. But, you'll spot, even in a traditional design, most of us would be able to spot an SKX from across the room. I know I can. I mean, I can spot them in movies. I can spot them across the rooms. A lot of times I can spot citizen divers because of that left-handed crown, especially if they're wearing it on their left wrist. It just, I'm like, wait, why is the crown, facing the wrong way? So, well, because it's a citizen, because they're like one of the main ones that do it. Let's see. I know I missed some comments, guys. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. Can't mistake. Oh, yeah, Kevin, 100%. The Graham watches, 100%. Spot those across the room. But again, it's not super common, so it's kind of a deep track thing. I mean, you got to know a lot of those watches. But most of us as hardcore watch enthusiasts do know that stuff. Uh, Calico Basin's chiming in, another West Coast buddy. Let's see. Ricardo says, hi, show Marty McFly. Yeah, so this was actually a gift from my buddy Calico Basin. This is Marty McFly checking the time on his, I think, Casio watch. Could be wrong. Making sure everything was good. So I don't really collect those, but that one's kind of cool because it has a watch related item on it. Neff says I can spot a Submariner across the room. I'm like, what homage is that? 100%, 100%. Brave Sailor says he thinks it's a data bank. I think you're right. It could be a calculator watch or data bank. I do have a data bank. I could get it out, but I'd have to move a bunch of stuff to get into that cabinet. So let's see. MM10 says like the video. Hey, like the video if you guys want. If you don't, then don't. If you hit that dislike button twice. Will Carey says went to the IWC Roadshow, wore the Laco, got called out immediately. Also got a cash offer. Dude, that Laco is really cool. I'm pretty sure Nick at Exquisite has like one or two left of those. I'm borderline tempted to pick one up because you can get them so dang cheap. And it is such a MM10 says hit the dislike twice and then hit the like button. It counts. Let's see. Steve says, what's up, Rob? Finally was home early enough from jujitsu to catch the live. Hope all is well. Steve, yes, all is well. Thank you very much. Above the clouds, Rob, do you still have the Grand Seiko SBGN 003? No, I do not. I actually, well, it wasn't my watch. It was a buddy's watch, and he sold it to another buddy. I shipped it to. So if you know Dirk Werning, he has a YouTube channel. He has the watch now, and he probably will sell it. I don't know. You could hit him up if you're interested in it. Matt says, glad I just turned notifications back on. Junior Johnson checking in from Michigan, fellow Michigander. That's awesome. Let's see, is it me or Omega ranking at, is Omega ranking at the moment? I don't know what that means. Just the watch says yay for jujitsu. Is it me or is Omega ranking at the moment? Does that mean like ranking up, like they're doing good? What is my take on the new Islander GMT? I want to see that watch. I've only seen pictures of it. My buddy Jerry picked one up, and he posted up some pictures in a group that I'm in. It looks great. It looks really well done. So at one point, I'm sure I will see that watch. Let's see. Mr. Flores says, do you have a watch box for your collection? If so, what do you recommend? Well, the one I have was a gift long, long ago. I don't think you can get the exact same one. The main thing is, spacing. I mean, I can kind of show you, but you want spacing. You want a decent amount of spacing, and you want this kind of hardware. At the bare minimum, I mean, I don't know if there's something better or not, but you want this kind of hardware. You don't want it to just be hinged on like a fabric or something like that. Like this one's actually hinged, and it's going to stay straight and everything. And then I have a couple other ones. I have one that's not hinged like that, which I could show you another time why it's not a good idea. And then I have another 30 watch cabinet that has more of like, not quite a piano hinge, because it's a stand-up unit, but it's kind of like a piano hinge, and then the door opens up. I wish the door was reversible, like I could open it from the right, go to the left, but it's the other way. I'm actually going to order another one of those, so I'll have when I do my live streams with where you guys can see behind me. Um, you can usually see that one. I'm going to add another one, so I'll have two of those, so there will be 60 watches in there, and then I'll probably give up that smaller box that I'm not a big fan of. And this other one I keep, it's a nice box, and it was a gift. So, and it's just kind of like my main box. Let's see, reading some comments. There's a lot of sidebar conversations. Take a look at this. Says, always wondered what kind of camera mic stand do you use? I can't show you because it's on it, but I use the current generation iPhone. Actually, that's not true because it's a 13, not a 14. But I'll probably get a 14 before too long. But 13 Pro Max, 1 gig storage, and then I have this stand. Again, you probably can't get, but you did. It's a weird mishmash of parts. But I've done videos on it in the past. I use the Rode microphone. And then I use kind of like a cold shoe adapter and then some other stuff. It's just a hodgepodge of parts. It's nothing special. You can pretty much just rig stuff up. Calico, no, I did not get a postcard from you. Let's see. Reading comments. Kevin S. Thoughts on the new Manta GMT. Coke bezel looks great. Kevin S. I posted a video of that. I think it's a great looking watch. Is it better than the previous generation? Technically, yes. Aesthetically, I think the first generation one had more charm and unique features that stood out to us as watch enthusiasts. The new one technically is better though, but that's all part of growth. You have to change and update your models, and not everyone's going to like that initially, but later on you will see the benefit of doing so. I have like a stack of postcards I haven't hung yet. So here's this one, Montana. That's actually from Dave, who's in the chat. I have Maryland, which is also from Brave Sailor. Brave Sailor sent me a bunch of them, actually. I have this one, the US. I got to get these hung up. I'm going to start actually running out of room. I got the Hoover Dam. Who sent me that one? Yeah, that's actually from Calico. Actually, so is this one probably. Hamilton one, that's just like a standard one. I don't know who sent that one. That's like a crazy tall tower. Let's see. Oh, Ralph sent that. That's from there's Naples. Who sent that? Eric. Napa Valley. Dang it. This is from Brave Sailor. And I have more from Brave Sailor too. I don't know where they're at. So I have quite a few I need to hang up still. I'm getting there. Let's see, new one, too much of a Rolex GMT homage. No, I don't think so. What is the watch on your desk with the beads of rice black dial orange insert? What? I don't have one on my desk with the beads of rice. Wait, let me read that again. What is the watch on your desk with the beads of rice black dial orange insert? I think you're maybe talking about this one. So this is the Uncle Seiko Razor bracelet, and this is a custom build that my buddy Jeffrey did, and it's. I'm assuming you're talking about this one. Maybe not. Type top right. Was this not top right? Or are you talking about this one? You got to be talking about this one. So it's a Seiko ugly duckling hodgepodge of parts build, which now has a NH38 in it. And then it has a colored crown, which I might change that. And it actually has a bi-directional bezel. It's pretty funky build. It's not ticking. There, now it's ticking. So I might change the crown and get that one back to the standard one. I'm not sure, but there it is on wrist. Yeah, it's very cool looking. It's a one of one. It'd be very difficult to replicate because some of the parts are just weird and maybe not available anymore. So it was a really weird circumstance of Jeffrey brought a bunch. He builds mod watches, and he brought a bunch of custom builds to the Baltimore meetup. And then, like, after we got done checking out watches, he was like, "Oh wait, I got another one. I forgot to bring it out because it was just like a junk build." And he brought this one out, and literally, Calico Basin was there, and he was like, "I want it. I gotta have it." And then I said, "No, step aside, kid. I'm gonna get this one." So I made my deal with Jeffrey, and I ended up with the watch, and Calico didn't because, well, he just can't hang. Yep, he couldn't. Yeah, I I get watches that Calico can't. That's what I do. Yeah, look at the flex on this bracelet. The razor bracelet is just crazy. It's also insanely comfortable. It's really weird. Probably one of the coolest. I mean, yeah, look at that flex. It's just ridiculous. It looks like an old worn out stretched bracelet or something, but that's the way it is just naturally. Which is your favorite Seiko watch in your collection? Well, favorite, Orange Monster, sure. But honestly, besides the Orange Monster, I would say probably just like a bone stock SKX, whether it's a 007 or 009. In my case, I went with the 009, which was actually a gift. I didn't buy this. This was a gift from Michael Desire 68 channel. And then I put it on this Clockwork Republic strap, which, look up the old videos of that. They're awesome straps. If you have a samurai, a turtle, a SKX, 5KX, put it on that strap. I need to order one for this. Actually, I might sell this. I don't know that I'll ever wear this. So I need to. A couple people reached out to me about buying this. I need to see who they were, and maybe I'll just sell this. I don't see myself wearing it. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a samurai guy. So yeah, the samurai does look really good, but I know I'm not going to wear it. So I'd rather just sell it and get it to somebody that will wear it. Let's see. Kevin says, bring the Hamilton closer. So this Hamilton is a beast. It's a 45 millimeter watch. Oh, pain. You were starting to spell pan or I got you. This thing's got a little trick up its sleeve, though, and I showed it in the unboxing. But when you unscrew the crown, this whole bridge right here actually kind of slides out. So it moves. Calico Basin with a $2 here super chat and has a little thing there that says behind the scenes. Interesting. So pretty cool watch. If you're into 45 millimeter watches, that's definitely one to look at. Yes, I think it is called the Frogman. I think you're right on that. The Hamilton Frog. The diameter, it's a 45. It's a 45 millimeter, and then it's like close to 52 lug to lug, but it's pretty thin. I don't know why I'm getting all itchy. All right, let's see where we at here. Comments. Tuxedo Manor. Rob, do you still have the bronze notice? Yes, I do. I was just wearing it the other day. It is starting to get some nice patina there, but you want to see bronze patina, check this out. Check out this Zelos. This was a tour watch, so it's been worn by 10 different people, right? And it's starting to get some good warm tones to it. I did a little close-up examination. I didn't see any green tucked away in any little crevices. Maybe a little bit right there, actually. Right in between there's maybe a little bit of green. So But I've been slowly wearing this more, turning the bezel. You can see the bezel's getting some warm tones to it. The crown definitely is. Let's see. Isaac says, "What's the watch next to the chips?" This guy? This I just opened up. This was also sent in by a Discord member. This is a Loomtech Solar Marine Diver. It's 38 millimeter. It is solar charged, sapphire crystal, quartz movement, obviously, solar charged, and has excellent lume, 120 click bezel. Pretty sure that's ceramic bezel insert, and has like a blasted finish to it. So, pretty cool watch for the smaller size. And I believe it's pretty affordable too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, it's so crazy too because Loomtech makes like really big watches and then like really small watches. I couldn't really find anything on their website that seemed like it was speaking to me, but now you guys are talking about tacos. Calico Basin talking about tacos. Loom tacos. On a side note, now we're talking about tacos. Let's see. Paul says, any news on the Helios Seaforth? I've been waiting for over a year for them to come out with a new model. I don't keep in touch with those guys. I don't really keep track of those. Am I giving away any tacos soon? Not that I know of. The Fugu is dead. This one? Half these watches are automatic, so they're all dying. I don't think this is this technically a Fugu? I guess it is. It has the fish. Yeah, there goes. I still want to get the that new titanium Citizen. I forget what it's called, but it has the traditional 3 o'clock crown. I don't think it's going to be as cool as these though. I think when I think Citizen Diver, I think these. Let's see. Violinist says Seiko SPB 143 prices are staying high on the secondary market thanks to the great review of that piece. Do you still have yours? I do not, but I'm thinking about picking one up, to be honest with you. I think I would rather have one of those than, say, a Black Bay 58. Put it on a nice bracelet. Good to go. Could wear it on some leather, Horween leather or something. MM10 says he just bought the SPB 143. Yeah, I just got to pick a colorway. I want to get something that's like nice limited edition variant of it. MM10 says look up Sakura watches. No, I'll buy locally. I'll end up probably buying from either Mimo or Exquisite. Let's see. Jack says, as someone who's between the Black Bay 58 versus the SPB 143, why would you go with the Seiko? I don't know. The longer I've been doing this, the more soul searching I've been doing. Like I go in these modes where I try to like push higher and achieve a more luxury or more brand, with a a higher status symbol. But that's all relative, I guess. I mean, I'm a Seiko fanboy, so like, why would I fight the Seiko fanboy? That's how I came up in this channel in my personal journey with watches. So yeah, Mark, Rob's looking for watch nirvana. I don't know that I'll ever really fully achieve that. I think I've really honed in on some watches that I really like for whatever reason. Oh, Calico Basin with a $10 here super chat, bunch of tacos and a glass of whiskey. I'll drink to that, my friend. Kevin says people always compare those two, but one is a third of the price. I think it's a fair comparison. I think it's fair to compare them, but you're comparing them in different light. You're comparing them in a like Tennessee Mike says, the diminishing returns. You have to do a little bit of soul searching. Is the Black Bay 58 really, really what you want? Um, or is a Seiko SPB going to cut it for you? I mean, if you're going to be in this watch hobby, I suspect neither one of them are going to be like the last watch you ever buy. So I don't think you're going to go wrong with either one of them, but it's a lot easier to stomach, even at full retail, an SPB 143 or something, which you're not going to pay retail for. You can pick one up used, or you can pick one up on a little bit of a discount. It's a lot easier to stomach both A, the initial purchase, and B, if you're a serial flipper like myself and many of you, the others that are watching, the flipper tax, what's the hit on it? The hit on a brand new, if you buy a brand new Black Bay 58 and you go to sell it used, that's a pretty hefty hit. They take a hit on the flipper tax for sure. Above the Clouds 87 says, will the Rob25 code work at Mimos if I get the SPB143? So Rob25 still works. Keep in mind, discounts are drying up. I told you guys a long time ago, and I continue to say it, discounts are drying up. Well, discounts are drying up on Seiko too. So yes, the code to use at Mimos is Rob25, but it may or may not net you 25% off. Most likely, it's probably not going to net you 25% off. It's still a code to use. Punch it in and see what kind of discount you get. You're still going to have free shipping, and you're going to get some sort of discount, but it's probably not going to be 25%. So we're going to probably change that code soon. I wish Seiko would use sapphire crystals on most of their affordable watches. I think Hardlex on affordable, totally fine with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. Sapphire on their higher end watches is appropriate. Let's see here. We have cheese fries in the comments. That's awesome. Cheese fries are good. You need some Greek food. Wow, you guys are all like super hungry or something. Are the new Citizen divers using sapphire? Yes, I think for the most part. I think actually this one even has sapphire crystal, if I'm not mistaken. Does it say on here? Yes. So even this one has sapphire crystal, and I'm pretty sure that new titanium one also has sapphire crystal. So to answer your question, yes, I think they have pretty much moved on to being sapphire crystals. These Citizen divers are crazy good value. You can pick these up at Saltzman's, carries them now, carries all these Citizens. So you can hit up Richard over there at Saltzman's, tell him I sent you. Probably a better discount on the Citizen versus a Seiko, on top of the fact that the Citizen's probably less money as well. So maybe you buy a Citizen and not a Seiko. But Citizen doesn't have, well, they kind of do with that titanium one, but they don't have like a stainless steel SPB looking one. Kevin S says the SPB 149 holds its own against the Black Bay 58. Kevin S is probably going to freak out. A lot of you guys are going to probably freak out. I've been looking heavily at Grand Seiko. Does it mean I'm going to buy a Grand Seiko? Probably. Maybe not. We'll see. But time will tell. Let's see here. Trying to read some comments here, guys. Hey, what's the green watch? Looks like a skin diver, says Raphael. It is a ZRC. I don't know what the actual model is on this thing. It's kind of a French. Kevin Powell, I don't know. That might have to look at them. Baltic MR02. Trying to read some comments. You guys are flopping them around here. Sometimes wish I hadn't sold my Fugu, says a AZ Taz fan. Blue Pelly 39 is coming for sure. 100%. Kevin S says you're 100% right. A blue Tudor Pelly 39 is probably going to happen. I wouldn't be shocked to see a green one, quite frankly. But I don't. Depending on your wrist size, I don't know that I would be happy with a Tudor Black Bay 39 Pelly or whatever. Let's see. Get the Grand Seiko, Rob. We can be watch bros. We'll see. Saw Grand Seiko while in Las Vegas on a motorcycle trip and fell in love. Interesting. Are you considering any Grand Seikos? I am. Yes, this is Mike. This is a Rowing Blazers right here, and it is not running. So let's get that thing running. I would probably go. There's some 9F. I haven't looked at any like spring drive Grand Seikos. I'm looking at either automatic. I seem to be connecting more with automatics, but I always had said that if I were going to pick up a Grand Seiko, that I'd want one with a 9F. So that being said, there is a really cool offset crown, ceramic bezel, GMT 9F86, I think that is, quartz one that I would like to see. I forget the model number on it, but it's pretty cool. Well, just pulled the trigger on the SPB 213 today. Congratulations. Saver says, hello, Rob. I am a Casio collector, but I'd like to explore other brands. What do you think? Well, you've already set the bar pretty high with Casio. I mean, they do make some great watches, and they also do G-Shock. So, your Casio is primarily digital. They have some analog, obviously, but I don't know. Seiko, I guess, would be a next logical step in my mind from Casio. You could maybe do Citizen. They both start with C, so you wouldn't be too stressed out. At least they both start with C. Where's the Doc's Army? That's going to be awesome. I don't know when that's... Oh, I do know when that... They said mid-October, didn't they? So I still have like a few weeks. But in the meantime, I still have the Seastern, which I have not worn in a while. Pretty fun watch. Has Patrick the Star, you know, from SpongeBob on there. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. BJM knives. Do you prefer stainless cases or titanium? I mountain bike a bit, and titanium is very nice when you're shaking around a lot. So titanium is nice if you're, well, if you're exerting yourself, because it doesn't transfer heat and cold as quick as stainless steel does. So, and it's lighter weight. So I think for more active type things, I would rather have a plastic or resin type material or titanium for like heavy activities. But I don't know that. Do I even have a titanium watch? Typically, I have a titanium watch. I don't know that I even have one right now. Do I? I mean, I guess I kind of do. I don't know if I'm supposed to show this. I can't remember if this is embargoed. This is titanium. It's a new Zelos. It's called the Aurora. And I don't want to show it too much because I can't remember if they said that was embargoed or not. But yeah, typically I do have a titanium watch, and the orange Breitling has titanium hands. I don't believe anything you say. YZ80, I have to admit, I like to feel the weight of the steel. I do tend to agree with you on that. I do like the weight and the heftiness of the steel, but I really enjoyed, like Emilio says, but you have the Big Eye from Longines. I sold the Big Eye, so I don't have that. Oh yeah, that's right. I have the SWC Hyper. I forgot. I forget. You know why I forgot about that one? Because it doesn't look like titanium. Because it's grade 5 titanium. So I will say I do like grade 5 titanium over grade 2 because you can make it look like this. You can do the finishing on it like crazy. Hey guys, don't tell anybody I showed you that Zelos either, by the way, because I don't know if I was supposed to show that. So just keep that between us, all right? So yeah, the Swiss watch company USA, they make some really cool titanium watches. RZE actually makes some really cool titanium watches. I think pretty much everything they make is titanium. They only deal in titanium. Actually, really huge fan of. I use this every day. the RZE titanium pen. So I use that every day. I don't have an RZE watch right now, but I will soon. Yeah, RZE is legit. They are a good company. Yeah, and the SWC bunker is very good. Neff says he's calling Elshin right now. Yeah. Call him up and tell him he was supposed to send me a 39 and a 42, and he only sent me a 42. So, oh, the Draken is titanium. Dang it. How do you guys know my collection better than I do? Yeah, this guy's titanium as well. And it has like a proprietary coating over it. So it's more scratch resistant. Do you still have the Omega Seamaster? How do you like it? No, I do not have that. I sold that a while ago. I have a couple of Breitling Super Oceans, and I have a Tag Aqua Racer. I missed some comments. Has the helm availability improved? There was a couple helms for sale in my Discord, I thought, or at least one. Thoughts on the 4th gen Christopher Ward Trident? Does the revised logo, text, and date placement save the day? JH, I think it looks great. I hope to pick one up. It'd be kind of cool if they actually made that in titanium as well. But I would want them to do it out of grade 5 so they can do the finishing. How many Omega do you have? I have, let me count them up real quick. I have 0. I have 0 Omega. I have 0 Tudor. I have 2 Breitling, 2 Zodiac, a bunch of micro brands, some Seikos. Is the Borealis GMT 40 millimeter? It is a 40 millimeter, I believe. 40 or 41. Yeah, 41 and a half at the bezel, so it's probably like 41 and a half. So I was a little off. If it looks more like a 40 though to me. And then the lug to lug is probably like a 48, just under 48 and a half. What is my favorite G-Shock? That would be my, let me grab it. That would be my Bling Master 5000. So that would be my favorite G-Shock. Let's see. Brave Sailor says, Watch Gringa says not to buy a Rolex on the gray market. Do you agree? I say buy whatever the heck you want from wherever you want for whatever you want. It's your money. Do whatever you want. What is it for the 600? How do you decide on putting together that exact collection? Fresh mind. I don't know that I really decided. It just kind of happened. Yeah, I mean, if you think there was thought put into this, then yeah, you've been misled. There was no thought. This just happens. Some of these aren't mine, by the way. What is the retail on the Borealis? They're usually around $500 mark. I don't even know. I gotta ask Carlos on that. I can't remember what he said. I think that one might be under 500. Might even be like 440 or something. It was pretty low. Do you have any Baltics? I have no Baltics. Do you have a plan for your future collection expansion, or you will take it as it comes? Well, I plan on picking up a ZRC. I know that. I probably am going to pick up, like I said earlier, an SPB Seiko, something that's kind of like, this style, with the 3 o'clock crown and, more traditional bracelet. That may or may not happen. We'll see. Honestly, I would have loved to pick up, and I would actually forego the Grand Seiko if Seiko would have made the SLA. What is it? The SLA 051? Is that the one with the hyper steel or whatever? The steel that's kind of like the 904L steel. If they would have made that watch with the bracelet, I would buy that over a Grand Seiko. Yeah. I wonder if they'll do that. I don't think they're going to do it. I think the bracelet's going to be too much of a pain for them. It's going to push the price point so high that it's actually even more than a Grand Seiko. Yeah, Tennessee Mike, ever brilliant. If they would have made the SLA Seiko diver, the ever brilliant steel one, if they would have made it with a bracelet, yeah, I want that watch. Here's the thing, I think most of the watches I actually want don't exist. So I like fabricate them in my head. The the hard part is when the manufacturer actually makes the watch, then I'm kind of like, well, crap. I guess I need to pony up or try to refabricate something else that hopefully won't get made. Because my luck now, they Seiko will make an ever brilliant Seiko diver with the 8L movement, and then I'll be forced to buy it, right? Let's see. David Williams says, would like to buy a titanium watch, though having a hard time figuring out what I like the Scurfa diver one. The Scurfa diver titanium is awesome. You can get it in titanium, but it's quartz, but it's really cool. Neff says, every watch I want either isn't available or is too expensive. See, that's almost better that way. Then you don't have to worry about it. Oris Pro Diver Titanium is my favorite. So, yeah, the Oris Pro Diver Titanium is very cool. They don't make, I'm trying to scroll back up. Read a comment. Is the Phoebus Wavemaster worth it? I know some people that have had it. I think the bracelet looks really cool. Seems like a lot of people end up selling them, but man, that is a really cool looking watch. Cheese for fries. The Phoebus Wavemaster is, in my opinion, a very good looking watch. I don't know if the watch feels as good once you get it. If they do a titanium bling master, you popping. Will Carey says, if they do a titanium bling master, you popping. They kind of did one, but remember it had the multicolors on it, so it had the really vibrant gold on it, but then it had all the other colors too. Above the Cloud says, don't sleep on the Seiko SPBY165. What the heck is that? Hold on a second. Seiko SPBY165. Oh, that's a solar chrono 3 subdial. Okay, yeah. I'm okay with not buying that one. Tiffany Blue, Seiko. Jack says, do you think individuals buying a Seiko with the 8L movement should be worried about the officially stated accuracy from Seiko given the price of the watches? No, I think they're more expensive than what personally I think they should be, but SPBY 160. It's a solar stainless steel watch. I found it. You should create a special edition random Rob watch, the Hodinky brochure, the watch Manta Sammy. So I do have a random Rob limited edition watch. I already have. I think I've shown this. So I have this one, which I mean you can't get it; they're sold out. But because there was only 50 of them made, it's the Borealis Sintra white dial, orange seconds hand, sword hand, kind of a gunmetal color to the framing of the indices and the handset. And then, of course, it has the Random Rob logo on the case back. So, pretty cool, fun watch. Yeah, it's awesome. Darren says SPB 207. Let me punch that one in. I'm not up on my Seiko numbers. Oh, I owned the SPB 207. I actually really liked that watch. Ended up selling it. I do like the MM200 reduced, and I think that's why I like the SLA 051 so much because it's kind of like the Grand Seiko variant of that. But I need a bracelet. I want a bracelet for that. And I don't think it's cost effective to do the ever brilliant steel in the entire bracelet and keep the price down. That watch would probably be way too expensive. Paul says, what your thoughts on the Forza watches? I don't know anything about Forza watches. There's some other watch brands I'm looking at. Like I'm looking at Vertex. Their diver looks cool. I still kind of want to pick up a Janot silent service. I know I had the pre-order on it, and then I canceled it right about the time he was probably going to make my watch. But I do like that. Yeah, Neff says they just did an ever brilliant bracelet, and I think the watch was over 8 or 9 grand. That's why they can't do it on the diver because it'd just be ridiculously expensive. What's the hottest micro brand in your opinion, and why? Ooh, that's a tough question. Tough question. Because I have different thoughts on it based on basically like what I personally like in the micro brands watches, and then there's what I think are like the watch brands that are getting the most attention. So I don't know that I really want to weigh in on that, but I will be going to the Worn and Wound Wind Up Fair in New York, October 21st, 22nd. So if you're in the New York area, or if you can get a train ride in or something, come to the Wind Up show. It's going to be, I think, not quite in Chelsea Market. It's going to be more closer to the Flatiron District. And it's at the Altman Building, I think is what it's called. It's going to be a really cool show. I'm excited to go. So if you're going, I'll see you there. Uh, Fresh Wind says, what's the next big micro brand to emerge that will gain proper heritage status over the next few years? I think that'll be Vortec because they're doing some made in the USA type stuff. I'm debating on paying for the SKX even though the price went up. I mean, if you can get an authentic, real, non-messed with, I don't know how you would verify this, SKX 009, 007, 011, whatever one you want. There's even like the 173s and stuff like that. They have like the square indices. Um, yeah, I think it's one that you could pick up and happily own and keep it in the collection. It's heavily supported. At this point, it'd be like picking up an old Honda Civic sort of thing, where, yeah, they're getting a little bit old age to them. Guaranteed, depending on how long you stay in this hobby, you're going to see Seiko do like a heritage SKX model. It'll probably be like 10 years from now or something, but do you really want to wait, or do you want to have like the old original SKX 007 or something? I like having the original. Overcooked. You guys talk about the Bulova Lunar Pilot. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Bulova Lunar Pilot, they are actually, so the current one out is like 44, 45 millimeter. I think they're coming out with one that's like 42 or 43 millimeter. There's already been leaked photos of it. So there is going to be a new Lunar Pilot that's going to be a smaller size. It's going to be a massive hit. I'm 100% picking one up. Um, yeah, Tennessee Mike. The new one I think is going to be 43, 2 millimeters smaller than the old 45 or whatever it was. But it's going to be good because, well, because it's a more wearable size. See, Kevin says, can you tell us more about the Casio Oceanus OCW S100? The Casio Oceanus lineup is awesome. They're made on the G line. They're premium, kind of like MRG. They have Zeratsu finishing. Um, they're freaking awesome. So as far as quartz watches go, it's like, I don't want to say it's like Grand Seiko level because it's a totally different movement module type system, but it is it gives you those Grand Seiko vibes, but from a Casio point of view. Yeah, 100%. I think a bunch of us will end up buying that new Lunar Pilot. Any news on what happened to Fortis? I don't know what happened to Fortis. I think Fortis is awesome. I'd like to pick up one of their watches. I think they're great looking watches, but did something happen to them? I don't know. I met them at the Chicago event. So let's see. Is it hard to justify the $600+ though when they are like $200 about 4 years ago? Yeah, watch prices are weird, so it is what it is. Alrighty, I think we're about done. Let's kill the lights, check the loom. I know the Zelos is going to kill it. SWC is good. Seiko, of course. Eco, or Autozilla, the Borealis. ZRC may or may not be good. I know the Draken is going to be really good. That one's the dog up there. All right, guys, let me kill the lights so we can check the loom, and then I'm out of here. What do we have? Let's take a different approach here. Let's look down on these things. So, yeah, there's the Zelos. Draken is awesome. See here, we got the Citizen, Swiss Watch Company, Autozilla, the new Borealis, plenty bright. ZRC, kind of fun. And then, look at these guys. Look at these Zodiacs. All these other watches look really cool, but look at the Zodiacs, man. Too fun, too fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.